Hello, and welcome to another edition of Roll for Bowl, the game where I let statistical probabilities decide my lunch. It is episode 65, and as always, we are inspired by Adventures in Narnia. I didn't have time for a skit, last week really wiped me out, but here, enjoy multiple things that I use in this series anyway. Alright, let's go. So I pre-rolled for this smoothie a few days ago, and it was really good. You can check out that episode if you would like, but this is a smoothie we'll be using, and I won't be rolling for it today. Okay, so the first thing we're going to be rolling for is going to be our mixers, and some of our mixers need a little prep before we add the Daily Harvest mix, and that is 5 whipped cream. Okay, I'm kind of excited. I've been waiting for this one to happen. So normally this is the point where I'd be prepping the liquid, but I'm doing something special with the whipped cream, and I don't want to turn it back into normal cream by putting it in a blender. So instead of prepping the liquid, we are going to puree our Daily Harvest smoothie down. And we're going to puree it down with this. This is my Emeril Lagasse immersion blender. And it's really awesome because you can change the handle around a lot. But here we go. We're just going to turn this into a nice puree. And then I'll bet you can guess how we are going to incorporate it in with the whipped cream. I'll give you a hint. It was once featured on Schitt's Creek. So here is the whipped cream we will be using. Obviously plant-based, dairy-free. I get it from Whole Foods. I really like it because it's really sturdy and you can do a lot of things with it. It doesn't fall easily. And this was living in my head while I was doing the next step, so now it's live in yours. Congratulations.
Next step is to fold in the cheese.
What does that mean? What does fold in the cheese mean?
He folds it in.
I understand that, but how do you fold it? Do you fold it in half like a piece of paper and drop it in the pot, or what do you do?
David, I cannot show you everything.
Okay, well, can you show me one thing?
Here's what you do. You just fold it in.
Okay, I don't know how to fold broken cheese like that.
And I don't know how to be any clearer. You take that thing that's in your hand, and you...
If you say fold in one more time...
It says fold it in!
This is your recipe! You fold in the cheese then!
Don't you dare!
You fold it in!
David!
Now it's time to roll for our protein, and technically we should have done this before we pureed and then mixed everything in together once we were pureeing, but we're going to roll this in Wild Magic in a row, and then we're going to fold it into our already folded mixture. Okay. Here we go. What am I doing? Okay, I'm all out of it this week. I'm sorry, guys. It's an 8, dealer's choice. Okay, and now we're going to roll for our Wild Magic, and we'll mix them both in together into our whipped cream mixture. And that is Mule Hot Sauce in 18. Alright, so for my dealer's choice, I've decided to use this. I used it earlier with this smoothie mixture, and it was really good, and it'll blend really nicely, especially since we're mixing it into like a cold mixture without a blender. So we're going to go with vanilla keto protein. Okay, here is the keto vanilla protein. It's going great. All right, let's get the hot sauce on here and then we'll fold. Okay, here is the mule hot sauce. We're going to add this to the protein powder and then fold it in so we stir it as little as possible. I'm actually pretty hopeful about this. I paired it with blueberry hot sauce from Florida Man's Lunacy earlier in the week, voluntarily, and it was very good. It was my favorite thing I paired with it. So we're just going to give it a little stir and then move on to our next roll. All right, now let's get funky, let's get fresh. And we are going to roll, and that is a 4 for strawberry. Now it's time to feel a little fresh, feel a little funky, and we are going to roll a nat 1. That is spinach. And everybody knows what that means. Clear? What's up with the 1?
My search history is hospitals near me, foot stuck in object, head stuck in object.
Well, at least it's not foot stuck in body part. Despite being a 1, this spinach is pretty neutral, actually. The only thing it really does is remind me of that movie that Robin Williams was in, Popeye. You should go watch it. It's real good. All right, now we're going to admit the truth. We're all nuts, and the type of nuts we are glazed. I can relate. Here are the nuts we're going to be using. They are honey roasted and not glazed. I noticed it last week and have not had the memory retention or time to fix it on the board, but we're just going to say hashtag relatable. And I'm going to pulverize these before I put them on our whipped cream concoction just because they're heavy. Here are the pulverized nuts. There's a really good joke in there that I can't make because of guidelines, but you can in the comments. All right, let's roll for our final element. All right, this whole roll has been crazy. Let's finish out strong, and that is 2 gingerbread. All right, here's our gingerbread. This is a real wild card, but we're still just going to give it a cheerful Hulk smash and keep it moving forward. Let's eat. All right, here's our final product. I don't know if we can call it a smoothie, but look at that lift on the mousse. Oh, mousse, we'll call it mousse. So in it goes. The spinach isn't on. Ooh, it's good. It's airy, it's light. There's a richness of flavor from the berries. The gingerbread adds a depth of flavor, and ooh, it's spicy at the end. I like that. That's good. I like it. Okay. I am going to say this is really good. A little unorthodox. The sweetness from the nuts on top is nice. The vanilla goes well. The berry flavor is very rich, and it goes well with the mousse, and it keeps it from being too sweet. Although I am saying it is very rich. I'm not going to eat the whole bowl. It's more of a dessert that you would share in a smaller amount, but still, for what it is, it's quite good. I like it a lot. All right, so that Vladimir is my hero, and I didn't eat it all, but I am going to give it a 9.5 out of 10, and we're going to take something and turn it on its head. I'm going to use a phrase from Schitt's Creek, but make it good. I'm going to say, oh, David, affectionate. All right, so a moment for the outfit before we say our goodbyes. Vladimir Zelensky is my hero. He's the president of Ukraine. He used to be a comment. It goes well with a Thor hat, but from behind, you can see how it makes even more sense. Whoops. All right, so that is his face on Thor's body, and it says that's what heroes do, and it goes with the hat. Comics will change the world if we let them. They're smart and tough. All right. Thanks for watching. Bye. I love you. Another bye.